just love when these zesty pookies let their DSLs write a check that their bussy can't cash, because I get to use their ignorance as a teachable moment. Okay, first of all, yes, black males have the lowest marriage rates out of all men, just like black women have the lowest marriage rates out of all women.
However, you're leaving an essential part out, and that's that men control access to marriage. So if black men aren't asking black women to marry them, that says more about the women, not the men. And black men are marrying at a higher rate outside of their race more than black women.
You stupid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Let's get into it. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So we have another list going viral, and we all know the women, well, black women in particular, aren't going to like this because it's about them specifically. Check this out, guys. All right, you guys, so the list is going viral. Top 10 reasons why black women have the lowest marriage rates. Number 1, nasty attitudes and disposition. Number 2, uncooperative and opposed to leadership. Number 3, are masculine, lacks femininity. Number 4, don't value their virtue. Number 5, doesn't prioritize fitness. Well, they are the most obese. Number 6, disregards global ethic image. Man, listen, don't even get me started on that. We can use so many examples. I guess a good example is the fact that they got sexy red in the picture, but let's keep it moving. Number 7, egotistic / rejects criticism. Man, listen. Number 8, no loyalty, unwilling to invest / build. Facts. This is one of the reasons why when it comes to black people, we have the least amount of generational wealth. That's because black women have decided, no, we're just going to wait at the finish line. And now they're over here complaining about how there's not enough of those guys. And those guys are treating y'all like options because there's far more of y'all than there is of them. But let's keep it moving. Number 9, doesn't tend to a man's ego. Facts. Number 10, has no grounded sense of healthy submissiveness. Ooh, man, are you kidding me? They don't even like that word. That word is offensive to them. So, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do y'all agree with this list? And also, I'm going to be sharing a few other clips of women and a man who spoke on this particular topic as well. Let's keep it moving.
So the ruling is in. Here's the 3 top reasons why black women have the lowest marital rates. We are uncooperative, we do not listen, and we have the nastiest attitudes. And unfortunately, y'all, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, 100%. But let me say this. It does not make me happy. Seeing those comments did not make me happy at all. But it's the reality of where we as black women are. That we have created this narrative based on our actions, our behaviors to be these unruly women when that is not our history. So many women try to sit on this app and in conversations and try to paint this picture that black women have always been loud and ghetto and ratchet and overly provocative and over sexualized. Like, that is not our history. And I wish we stopped with that. Like, we have to stop taking away credit for the women who were feminine, women who were very elegant, had class, had dignity, were not loud, were not super aggressive, were able to stand their ground, but also be very feminine at the same time. So I know y'all didn't like the polls. I know y'all didn't agree to hearing men primarily and women point out why black women have the lowest marital rates. It always goes back to us. I know we don't control who proposes, who pops a question, but you have control over if it happens based on your actions. Don't forget it. So the rule is,
And that's exactly what I mentioned in the intro. Maybe we should take that clip and send it to the girl that thinks she so smart and want to call men ignorant. I'm like, ma'am, you displayed your own ignorance by even trying to bring that stat up like it holds any weight. It really doesn't hold any weight when, once again, like she just mentioned, men are the one who decides they want to marry, not y'all. I'm like, the trend, when there was a trend going on of women asking men to marry them, who was shaming the women? It wasn't men, it was women shaming the women. So to sit over here and talk like that is just nonsense. Let's keep it moving.
Of a group of white girls who were sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. We'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office, though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man, because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
Why is it that the percentage of black unmarried women is higher than any other group of women? Why is it that we are less desired on dating apps than any other group of women? I think it plays a lot into many different factors. The reason for being unmarried can come from where we've come from, meaning if we've come from a family and marriage wasn't a priority in that family and we didn't have role models to show us what a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage was, to show us what a strong wife was, then that trickles down. We carry that. We may not know it, but we carry that. And if we've had aunts who say, I'm a strong black woman, I don't need a man, I can do bad all by myself, all of that trickles down into who we become as women. We have an option of either continuing to walk that path or we can break that curse. But a lot of the unmarried women, I believe it's coming from where we grew up, what we surrounded ourselves with. And now in this world, there's a society of women who don't take marriage as seriously as we once did. It's not the ultimate goal, which is okay, but that is not something that women are striving for. Women are striving for their careers and they're going after their dreams, and then maybe later on they want marriage, but then leave it up to society, then you hit the wall if you're over 30 and you're trying to become married. I think there's a lot of different factors that play into it. Reminds me of the olden days when you're not 20 anymore, you're not desired. But these women who are career driven and have careers in their 30s, that doesn't make them any less than. That just lets you know that they knew what they wanted. They were determined and ambitious and they went after it. And now, after they've done that, now they want to settle down, and that's okay. But it's seen as hitting the wall. You're too old. Why are you can't have kids now. It's too late in life. And that is all because society has put that in our heads. It is false. You can still get married at 30. You can still have children at 31. There is no timeline, but society makes us believe that there is. Now, with the dating apps, I don't know what all that is about. I've seen statistics on that, and I don't understand how they've come up with the answers, and I don't know how true that is. But the statistics says that Black women are less desired than any other group of women, and that can come because a lot of Black women like to hold on to that strong, independent woman. And in some aspects, they present as a little bit more mask in that way. And they don't want to step down and be submissive to a man. That can come a lot from that. But all in all, I believe that it is up to us to either walk the path that we were taught to walk and continue to hate and bash men, or we choose to break that curse. I chose to break the curse. I chose to be a wife because it is something that I desired. I chose to be submissive, which I'll talk about in another post, but I chose to be a wife because I saw the power in that, and I also saw the beauty in that. Regardless of what I grew up around, I chose to break the generational curse and become what I wanted to see growing up and become the role model that I wish I had growing up. What are your thoughts? Drop it below. Why is
Now, I wanted to run those two clips together because what they have in common is, the whole situation about why white women, they get married sooner, and when they have these college graduations, half of them seem to already be engaged or all married, and so on and so forth. And I think the second woman covered it very, very, very well, because it's just been pushed on Black women to do so. And they've had to basically put down men in order to make them feel like they have to do these things in order to have any kind of self-sufficiency, I suppose. Or here's the thing. The wall is real. Yes, you can have children after 30. What women seem to overlook when men are saying this is that we're not saying it's impossible. What we're saying is that the likelihood of you having a healthy pregnancy and a healthy child, that dramatically decreases as you go up in age. And I don't understand why women get so offended by that when men say that, because it's just biology. If a male biologist, matter of fact, if a female biologist gave y'all this information and told y'all the same thing, are y'all still gonna get upset about it? A woman in the profession that understands the woman's anatomy, are y'all still gonna get offended? It's like, we can't control nature. We can only adapt to it. Let's keep it moving.
So this morning, I looked at a study that was done by Bowling Green State University on marriage and divorce by race and ethnicity. And sad to say, the highest divorce rate and lowest marriage rate in the United States, according to the study, was that of Black women. It showed that of all married people, Black women divorced at a higher rate. The studies was 31, I believe it was 31% of 31 out of every 1,000 divorces were that of Black women, or out of every 1,000 Black women, 31 of them get divorced, and out of every 1,000 Black women, 17.3 get married. So we're divorcing at a much higher rate than we're getting married. That's not good. That's a recipe for destruction. Our people are going to be destroyed through this. That's really a bad situation. Sorry, I got a lot of glare. It's real sunny this morning. That's a real bad situation. Why are we getting divorced at such a higher rate? Why are Black Americans getting divorced at such a rapid rate? That's a real question to ask. We look at all the problems in the Black community, and trust me, our problems are coming because if we say we have to stick together as a people, why can't Black people get along? It starts with the home. If the black man and black woman can't get along, the black community is not going to get along. If the black man and black woman cannot get along, if black men and black women are not seeing eye to eye, how do we expect our kids to go out into this world and know how to work out problems with each other if we can't work out problems as adults? Is we can't settle differences within our relationships, within our marriages. Hell, we're not even getting married. We're afraid to get married. We're leaving the marriages. So what are we teaching our youth? We're teaching them that you just if it's a problem, just know kind of like the path to least resistance, the way to solve it. We're not teaching them how to really thug it out, how to really pull through and make things work. So we're going to have huge problems in the black community if we don't eradicate the problem of relationships, black man and black woman sticking it out. Stop getting divorced. Start getting married. We need a much higher marriage rate and a much lower divorce rate. Matter of fact, we need a 0% divorce rate and 100% marriage rate in order for black people to really win. If we want to win, that's the solution.
I agree with him, and let me know what y'all think, because based on these clips, it sounds like they covered most, if not all, of what was on that list. All right, let me know what you think about this, guys. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the level of support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because that's what the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.